Hi, guys. Welcome to a wonderful episode of Fashionably Pernia. Today, we have this amazing team. I want to say they're photographers and videographers, but it would be very limiting because I feel like there's so much more. They create stories and editorials, primarily for weddings, but so much more than that lifestyle, fashion, everything. So please welcome House on the Clouds. Welcome, guys,
Thank
to
you.
gloomy Mumbai. We were just discussing how amazing Bangalore is because they've come from Bangalore, like weather-wise. How does the synergy work with three people kind of leading this team?
I think technically Ashwin leads everything. We just follow his orders, but that's we lead each different verticals of House on the Clouds.
When you're in your 20s, you never think 10 years down the line what's going to happen, But now that you are 10 years down the line and you've become a household name, I mean, especially in wedding photography and videos, how does that feel?
I mean, it's unreal because we started purely out of passion, and we did it for you know 8 years or so, and then the place where we have reached, it happened recently, and it's not like something we envisioned also. Just kept on working, and suddenly when we stopped and looked around, we figured, oh, this is where we are. And it's a creative field, so there's no saturation, there's no end to it. There's always something or the other. So it's that way, it keeps us going, that creative force, creative
Yeah.
energy. So it's exciting.
Who's managing the Instagram page?
Oh, that I do.
Very, very beautiful. Very beautiful. But if you don't have good content, you can't have a good page. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
I
as simple as that. And you guys do this really cool thing where on your images, you put HOTC. So it looks like a magazine cover. It's really smart, beautiful.
There's a story to that actually.
Yeah,
like,
tell me.
why
tell
that
me.
happened.
Yeah,
You should
tell
say
me.
that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you should say that.
Whatever you don't think you should say it.
We didn't coin this term HOTC. There's no, music to it.
Right.
So it's like HOTC, four very different, alphabets. So
Right.
we always used to call House on the Clouds. And one day in one of the magazines we got published, there was no credit.
Oh.
You're
And,
like,
and I was like, where is our name? Where is our name? And I searched for some time and read the whole article. And on the sleeve, there's one
On the side,
small on the side. I found this name and I was very not happy.
Yeah.
It's just one night, and I felt like maybe we should put our name big.
take.
So it's just out of that curiosity of how will it look, I just put that big HOTC, and sort of I liked it. We don't put it on all photos. Just sometimes when we see a photograph, there's a negative space, and purely for aesthetic reason. There's no other reason now to put. It's just like sometimes that aesthetics works. I just
Yeah.
fill a gap. That's it.
Yeah. Two questions. A, do you think someone is competition? B, is there anyone else's work you admire?
I mean, I don't know about competition as such, but I admire a lot of people in the industry. That competition is in a way good, that
Yeah.
it motivates me to create better images,
Yeah.
like to push myself to become better than others.
Right.
But not like a rift kind of a thing.
Right.
But yeah, names, I don't know. I should say it.
India has some of the best photographers in the world.
100%.
Yeah.
And we have, world kind of exposure. We know what's going on around the world. Our clients are across the globe.
Yeah, I
So
saw
our
that,
kind of exposure to international aesthetics, international fashion styles gives us a bit of an advantage. And for sure, I can say that some of the best in the world are based in India.
Indian photographers are more versatile.
Yeah.
Because India is so versatile as a country. You will have a client from Bangalore who will want something opposite from the client from Delhi.
Yeah.
So I think it's maybe because of the diversity. Photographers also have to then kind of
Yeah.
work around people, right? Their clients.
Customs, traditions differ a lot, and maybe because of that also, like we have trained to shoot in such different conditions, we have become better in that sense.
Right.
So that is what made like Indian photographers stand out from
Right.
the rest of the people.
Right.
Yeah.
Also the chaos, I think.
The one thing we've learned is to thrive in chaos.
What
Yeah.
makes us different than other photographers or other weddings also is
Yeah.
chaos. Indian photographers, they can work in any situation. Lights,
Right.
no lights, bride, no
So
bride,
true.
groom, no groom.
That's
Somehow
so true. You must have
they-
had every situation possible.
You won't find a better place to shoot a wedding.
Yeah.
We have all sort of stories.
They say if you can drive in India, you can drive anywhere in the world.
Yes.
So if you can shoot in India, you can shoot it anywhere in the world. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? They will really put you through the ringer. I've noticed that from all the Indian photographers, you do the most mixed race couple weddings. So either the groom or the bride is Indian, but the other partner is always from somewhere. So a lovely Korean bride, or they're from some part of the world. What is it about you that you think appeals to, say, an international client and to these couples who are having these mixed culture weddings?
I think aesthetics, like you said, play a huge role in it.
Yeah.
A lot of people are very exposed these days and they're
Right.
seeing everything.
Yeah.
But also because of the Indian context to that wedding, right? There is an Indian ceremony involved, even if it's an interracial couple, 99% of the times. And I think no one in the world can shoot Indian weddings the way Indians shoot. How we connect to people emotions is very different from how people otherwise would. And I think whether the bride is Indian or the groom is Indian, at least one part of the scenario is very Indian, right? The traditional aspect of it in some sense is kind of important to people. So to kind of bring that out, and of course, I think when a lot of Indians know of our work, right? And now slowly internationally people are starting to know of our work. Like a lot of our mixed couples or interracial couples say, just do what you do. We don't have anything to say. Just
no
do
brief.
you, yeah. Which is pressure and great to hear in all ways, because you have all the creative liberty to do whatever you do. People will listen to you. हमें 1 घंटा चाहिए, yes. We give you an hour. You do you.
But there must be those annoying clients who who give you a brief as if you're making like a 3-hour feature film, which is going to go to Cannes, they have like the details. I know those brides who are like micromanage everything, right?
Thankfully, we are blessed with like really amazing couples.
All.
Like
Almost.
almost that by the end of the wedding you become like really good friends with them. Not
Yeah.
like I've had like people who have shot like 8 years ago still talk to me. In that sense, like from the beginning we have always had that creative freedom to do whatever we wanted.
We do have exceptions, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah, almost.
Because when you're doing weddings, no matter where, there are different kinds of people, different kinds of expectation, and within those expectations, sometimes
You have to manage, right?
we have to manage, and plus there's anxiety and there's stress and there's delays. So when this, the whole the cocktail, sometimes it can hit also sometimes. But again, as I said, we have been very fortunate.
Yeah.
What has been the strangest request from a couple, or it's usually the bride, from the bride?
Once we got like the bride didn't like her mandap only. So she asked that, can you replace the whole mandap?
She wanted to replace it like physically or on
No, no.
post?
On the post.
Yeah,
She
Photoshop.
wanted you to shoot a mandap,
No, we
then
shot the
later
wedding.
on post,
हो गया wedding.
Yeah, wedding was done.
ho gaya.
Yeah, but she
later
didn't
on
like.
post, she's like, change the mandap.
Change the whole mandap in everything.
What?
Yeah.
And did you?
Of course not. My answer was, see, if you want, I can add dinosaurs in your photograph.
Yeah.
But I cannot change mandap. Once the wedding, which was supposed to be a sunset wedding, sundowner, it got delayed and went into night. And the bride said, photos should look like day.
That is
Wild
hilarious.
request. Yeah.
We don't have to go into detail, but we do obviously have to mention that the very famous couples in India trust you with their weddings. That's a big deal. Like Ranbir Alia used us, or you did Sid and Kiara as well, and some of the really big weddings in India. It's not just the flex of having them. In my mind, how I look at it is that these people work with endless amounts of photographers and videographers, if you think about it, right? This is their job. Day in, day out, they meet the best in India, outside of India. So just their knowledge about who is a good photographer and who is not is much higher than the average bride, right? Has any celebrity fought over you, like same dates or same month? And
Someone did.
yeah. How did you choose who to go with?
If a date is blocked, it is blocked. No matter who, what, where.
You won't give your date up for a celebrity.
We don't want to say yes to something just because we have to, because quality takes utmost priority.
Also, I think we are a pretty decently big company. As a collective, I think one thing which we have done right is to get the best of the best. And that I feel gives us slightly more freedom in taking up, in whenever we get stuck in such a situation where there are multiple, queries. So we have a good, solid team size that like even if we split
handle
into
multiple weddings.
multiple weddings. So that way I feel we're in a very comfortable, place. Like if neither of us go to a wedding, it'll still be done.
Yeah.
How do you train your team to kind of follow the same aesthetics and the same values?
It's a big team now, but nobody is actually trained in the conventional ways.
Okay.
I think personally that's incredible because nobody has formal training in any of these aspects, or has gone to a school to study anything. Even him for that matter, right? Came from an IT background, was studying in college, I was dancing, whatever. And everybody in the team just had that passion and believed in, I think a lot of people also later kind of believed in the brand and the work that we were doing and kind of got on board, but it was merely just admiration that's gotten this team together. And
Like-minded people is probably who you hire. So that kind of becomes, you know, like at least everyone kind of has a similar vision then, you know?
Yeah. Since it's a creative field, the toughest thing is to get people who share similar aesthetics, because we as a company have a certain language,
Right.
in terms of how we look at things also. That I feel that takes time, because everybody comes from very different aesthetics. Somebody could be a fan of Irfan Khan, somebody could be a fan of Shah Rukh Khan, but when they come together, there should be one favorite hero.
yeah.
And for that, usually most of the people who join, they go through a certain training process. Like with either one of us have to be there. We cannot just hire and send them to a wedding.
Right. You let them work with you for
Yeah.
some time and then send them on their
Yeah,
own.
at least 5 years. So you have to work for 5
years is a long time.
Yeah.
by the time you figure anything, 2 years are gone. I mean,
It's a tricky business to be. It's a very
Yeah.
tricky field. It's not that easy also, because you need to go through a lot of different kind of situations.
So it's one of those things where prior training as such is not needed, but really learning on the job is what is needed.
Yeah.
I would say certain skill set may be required,
Like a
but
basic one.
maybe.
We are a very tight knit company.
Everybody in our team is same.
Same.
That is one big problem.
Yeah.
There
Are
is
you
no.
like all like what is it,
Same.
hybrids or something? You're like, this is only for the same kind of
For
people.
some reason, everybody is same. There's no, like, even in a room, we are mostly very quiet kind of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you will not see one person randomly shouting and all.
So I was discussing this with a friend the other day, and I was like, when you're hiring or when you're looking for someone to work with you or for you, the number one thing I think now that I'm older, I realize is EQ. And it's a really important skill in a work environment.
Like your presence in a team
Yeah.
has to be pleasant, has to be good. After that, all the skills comes, as secondary.
I agree with you so much. Okay, I wanted to discuss this because you were saying quality is very important. Does that mean you make your couples wait for like 6 months for photographs, 1 year for a wedding film? Crazy timelines where couples have divorced also by then. And the photos are still coming, the video is still coming. They're like, bhai, aap hi rakh lo, because ab to hame nahi chahiye, you
I'm
know?
also going to say our divorce rate is very low.
Yes.
Really?
Super low.
Super.
Are you serious?
I think it's very low, so I think that's good.
I don't, this first time I'm getting it.
Yeah.
I know only one.
See, he knows one.
One. I know 5 or 6. That's it.
In your entire career?
Yeah.
So
Very low.
that's
Yeah.
low, I think.
Yeah.
Pretty low, which
Yeah.
is good, I would say.
Yeah.
But so there's a process to it, right? Now, let's say a wedding is done. There's so much that has happened in the wedding, right? Scale is of course important. If it's a one-day wedding, then maybe you'll get things much faster or whatever it is. But generally, as principle, we send about 30, 40 photos in the next 24, 48 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
So something goes out.
Something which you can talk about, post, whatever you want to do, right? Like something to see. Everybody wants to, right? And then with photographs, about 30 to 60 days is what we say. Yeah. Now we've
bad.
also
Good.
Yeah, that's
we think it's very, very
No,
good.
that's very good. That's very good.
Yeah.
Sorry, not
We work
bad.
hard
It's
to-
very good. It's very good. No, because this is not the industry norm.
Yeah.
You do it quicker than what other people do.
We
Yeah.
work really, really hard in getting
get
to
to
this
this
space to deliver so fast, because even the post production is a creative process.
Yeah.
It's not that just straightforward.
Actually, most things is
Yeah.
production.
Yeah, in film.
For us.
I mean,
Films-
adding dinosaurs is not easy.
Yeah. And we have done some wild stuff in post in the past.
Still doing.
What is the wildest thing you've done in post production for a client?
I mean, it's not for a client. Usually, most of the stuff is done for us.
Okay, so what have you done for yourself?
Like right now, like yesterday, I'm working on a film. There was just a table with the flowers and all, and I was like, "What if the flowers start rising up?" Went to some AI tools, and I just started working. 2-3 days, I was like, "I want all the flowers to fly up from the table. How will it look?"
Yeah.
And we did. We released the film also, and that I feel forms the core of HOTC. That thing about, can we do this? Can we do that? What if we try this? I think this is what we were doing when we started,
Yeah.
and this is what we are doing now. That what if?
Yeah.
That's the chase for what if. Okay, ये कर लें क्या? ऐसा कर लें क्या? वैसा कर लें क्या? This I feel is something which has remained with us.
I think which sets you apart from other people also.
I
Because what
also
I've
feel-
noticed, people have a mold, even if it's a good mold,
Yeah.
they find what works
Yeah.
for them and then they kind of stick to it and give the clients exactly what the clients expect. Like it's all very, but the fact that you're trying new things constantly and not stuck in one kind of mold.
That's a pretty important part of us.
And that's the only reason, if there is a delay ever, that's the only reason. Can we do something else? Can we change this? Say it in a different way? Because in a wedding space, especially for films, a story can be said in 100 different ways.
Yeah.
Now, what you choose to go with.
You know, the last film I delivered, I made it 30 times because I was not happy with myself. Because I was there at a wedding, I saw what happened. And when you're sitting and editing, could be music, could be the whole storytelling. You just, I feel maybe I'm not there yet. It has to be more. It has to be more. I told the bride and the groom that, they were also, because from a creative field, I told them, I'm getting stuck here. I'm not liking it. I'm not liking it. And also because a lot of creative people choose us, they also understand the process. They understand that these things.
The reason why
Yeah,
it
the
takes
reason
time.
why.
Yeah.
If you convey the actual reason, it should not be a problem. If the end product justifies.
Transparency is probably
Yeah.
key in any business, but especially in this because people's emotions
Yeah.
are linked to this.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys do about your music in your videos. Obviously, it has to be original, or there
Not
has to
all.
be, or there has to be credit given,
Yeah.
like how it's meant to be, right?
Yeah. But we do create original.
Because there are other people who do videos for weddings who claim that it's original music, and then you get to know that like on some show in ZTV, this song came out like in the 90s. No, I swear, I swear, like this is a true story. I don't want to name the person, but this is true.
Wow.
And then they're charging you for original.
Yeah.
I mean, like the people scam in every industry. It's not like just this one.
We have actually never charged anybody for original, though we make.
Yeah.
Because I feel some of the weddings, sometimes when we do, we just feel it deserves.
It's like you just see what the need is for that particular project, right?
We have created a few songs, and the process also is very beautiful, very stressful. Very stressful process. Again, the aesthetics, the taste in music, the film has to match, finding the right person. Even with songs, finding the music director with a similar aesthetic is super tough. We can't find A.R. Rahman, for to do.
We wish.
That would be so cool.
Even though we tried reaching Arjit Singh once, but
You tried reaching to A.R. Rahman to do a
not
wedding film?
no. We are a bit realistic.
Arijit is realistic.
No, well, he's not realistic. But as a step one, I thought as a step one,
Yeah.
what if this song was sung by Arijit?
Did you actually get through to him?
No, we'll try maybe a A.R. Rahman also once. He'll say no. That's it.
I have the same approach in life. I'm like, I'll just always ask.
Yeah.
Even if it feels ridiculous, I will just always ask because you just never know.
If you don't ask, then there's no way you will.
Then
get
that's
it.
stupid. Then you don't even know if that 1% chance they could
Yeah,
say yes. How
there's
do you
no
know?
way. Right.
I think it was in this Michael Jordan documentary on Netflix where he said, you miss 100% of the shots you never take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did want to say this, like I was going through your page and Varun and Lavanya, it was a short part of their film, I think. And I think I shed a tear. A really good sign of a successful or a beautiful film or photograph or anything creative is if you can bring out that emotion in people, right? So is this like always an aim?
To a great extent, yes.
Yeah.
You kind of hit a chord in someone. And it doesn't have to be sad, but anything that kind of leaves an impression with you after you're done with it or while you're at it is the aim.
It's one line. If I have to describe our approach, is to justify what we experienced. If it's an emotional wedding, so it has to justify. The film has to justify to at least to the couple. If it, connects with you, it's a bonus. But at least to the couple, it has to make justice to what happened and what they were feeling. So and all that. So I think that way I feel you will see a lot of different kind of work. So Varun was also a bit more on the emotional side.
What happens with celebrities a lot of times at their weddings, somehow that really raw emotion is not always there. It's like missing from their weddings. Also, like in a film, you've been a bride 100 times. Like, maybe that charm is lost somewhere. But what I found special about that was that there's something very raw, which you don't usually see with celebrities. And maybe it was the fact that the emotion was there, obviously, but also the fact that you were able to capture it and edit it and present it so beautifully. And I think in all creative fields, the idea is to make people feel something. Even a negative reaction is a reaction, right? Has anyone hated your work? Has anyone said that we are really not happy, like give our money back or do it again or do something else? Have you had to experience some
No.
some negativity?
Touch wood, no.
I have never seen.
Thank
Like
God.
And
even
sometimes it's
with-
not because of your work. Your work may be good, but the person may be just like
even that
difficult.
we have never seen it.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Surprisingly. And actually, with all the celebrities we have done the films, we've never received a single change also.
What?
Yeah. No.
People have been.
No, zero changes. Like Varun film, it was zero. Like we sent and it was out.
You know that that's very rare, right? You know, the celebrities always have notes.
With Alia, with even Pulkit or with Varun, we've never received any change. Even with Shobhita, we've
Nothing.
never received
That's
any change.
huge.
Any change at all. Sad part is the films are not out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also it's a good problem to have because a lot of times the reasons we give is it's too personal. And that I feel is a compliment.
But
Because
some of it, I also feel people should see for how emotionally rich they are and how raw they are.
You know, with celebrities, sometimes if they don't feel comfortable immediately on their 5th year anniversary or somewhere down the line, they release it later,
that
you
is
know.
up to
So hopefully that'll happen.
It's a good part of our jobs as well that, we have seen people in their one of the most vulnerable states
Yeah.
and like we get to experience this. I think that's one plus point for our jobs as well. Like
Yeah.
not a lot of people can say that.
I don't know if I want to experience everybody in their true self though. Because my sister's a wedding planner and she's like, it's just, sometimes it's just too much.
imagine you're documenting something and everything is going very nice and suddenly there's a chachas coming from somewhere. Band karo ye shaadi. This is so good. Like I would love to see that.
Never happened, but
It happened actually.
come on.
No way.
We were shooting in Italy and some
No,
similar
tell
thing.
me what happened.
No, but I don't know.
So a chacha came and said, ye shaadi nahi ho sakti.
No, with Shadi was done, it was reception and something went wrong and then he got really, really upset and sort of he funded the wedding also. So our cameras were all, we were all done, packed. I ran for my camera, got the camera again and I go, oh, wow, this is happening. And we recorded it and we sent it also.
That's hilarious.
But, this is it's part of
But
documentary.
There are a million stories that are
Yeah.
there, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's not just you and you, but there's so many layers, so many things happening.
Are there trends in wedding photography, wedding videos, like it is in fashion?
For us, luckily enough, we've tried things first.
Yeah.
And then there's been a following to that.
You've set trends.
Because we are exploring.
Yeah.
I won't say trends as such, but there are trends in weddings also.
Yeah.
Like
whether
what?
like film photography, it's a pretty big trend actually, and we get requests specifically.
Because it makes it look more vintage?
Yeah.
But there's a character to the photograph, and I personally we love it.
We love it.
I won't say that we shy away from trends. We like to we try everything. We don't say that okay we follow
Yeah.
certain trends. We don't
I mean, you have your eye on what's going on and
awareness is there.
Yeah.
But it's not like we follow. And sometimes we do get requests and we decline also that okay I want
Sometimes we
this.
go
I
away
want
from
that.
it.
Yeah. Sometimes people
Yeah.
say that reels is a
Reels, yeah.
But we don't do
And,
that.
we run away.
one second, people request you to make reels,
Yeah.
but you don't make reels.
Yeah, we have never made a reel. I feel it's a very specialized skill
Yeah.
to make a reel, and we don't have that.
Short video content has just become like such a norm.
Yeah.
Don't you think you're losing out?
True in a way, but also
And also, it helps us not to dilute the brand because the projection of a brand is very, we're not everywhere.
I mean, you are a luxury.
I think we also do very varied kind of work where price may not always be a contention.
Yeah.
So you don't have a set price.
If somebody maybe even tomorrow or somewhere comes and says, this is who we are, we'd love for you to capture. If you see any potential in it, can you consider our price? And if the dates are available, which is the most crucial thing with us, and if you're able to kind of make it happen, then we do kind of flip things around.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is to kind of experience different kind of weddings and different people
Right.
all over the world.
It's all about
right?
experience.
Because you are the Arijit of wedding photography.
You cannot leave that.
It's true. It's how you feel like, okay, like we're reaching high to try and get him to sing a song for us. People will feel like we're reaching a little high to get HOTC to shoot for us. Let's see if we're able to get them. I mean, it's
And
like
it's happened in the past. I mean, and it's been a great experience. So to kind of just experience different cultures, people's stories more than anything else.
Where we sit right now, we have done everything. The smallest of the smallest, biggest of the biggest, and multi-continent weddings, multi-country, multicultural, everything. And now, when we hear something कि मेरी शादी हो रही है पेड़ के नीचे कहीं दूर रेगिस्तान में, then the money, that doesn't matter.
as much.
It doesn't matter at all. If somebody is giving us that freedom, okay, you do this and you do whatever you want, for us, that's very exciting.
Is that the number one thing that drives you?
I never knew I wanted to become a wedding photographer. Like we both were like engineers, so straight out of college, I was like, what should I do? But this space is where that my passion took. Like it started off as a passion project, and we are here, but like we are hungry for that story experience and story.
What did your parents say after all this engineering or education when you told them that you want to be a wedding photographer?
When I joined, I already had 10, 12 years of experience. I worked in US. So even when I switched, my parents never questioned. They know
Because
that
you were older. I think.
older, wiser,
Yeah.
and I know it was not like a very over a drink kind of a decision.
Yeah.
Ki, okay, chalo, main kal wedding photographer. So it was a very, very calculated kind of a decision. But when it came to Vivek and there was Sushant, there were young people I was getting. I wanted to make sure that their parents agree.
Yeah.
Because some of them got offers from IT companies. So there has to be some justification. So the brand building became sort of a passion. If you're part of such a brand, I don't have to convince anybody's parents to please send your kids.
True. What did your parents say initially when you told them?
They were kind of supportive in that sense, but when they started seeing like good work coming out of me or like us, then they were like, yeah, okay, I think you're great. You should do this.
Yeah.
Like,
Also, when something that you're doing, it becomes a household name, then it becomes easier for your parents to also accept it, because then everybody knows what it is, and it's not like you're not going around explaining to people कि मेरा बेटा क्या करता है, What's the plan now? Like, where are you going to go from here? Are you going to just continue as you're going? Which it seems like the going has been good.
Silently, we are working on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
One is we definitely want to have a more global reach.
Yeah.
Than just focus on the Indian markets. But fashion is one of the things. Commercials is one of the things. There are a lot of this AI thing is coming, so we are exploring that as well. And super duper exciting actually, because I feel probably in the next couple of years things will start taking shape.
To kind of push the brand into a more lifestyle space.
Right.
I think it already is.
Yeah.
But to kind of make that a lot more wholesome with what we already do.
Right.
Is somewhere the intention. Yeah.
Do you think AI will ever replace photographers?
Not the photographer.
You
but
see models already being replaced, like in issues of major magazines, international magazines. If you look at the credits, like the girl's not real. It's wild, right? So do you think that's ever going to happen to photographers?
Some campaigns can be replaced for
Like a
model.
fashion campaign or like
campaign you
a
get
brand
paid.
campaign.
Yeah, but wedding photographer, I think they're safe for another 5-6 years. Right?
Yeah.
I think because it's very hard to like capture emotions in that sense.
Yeah, there's
right?
no like generic way to do
yeah,
it, right?
You want to
feel.
experience the real thing. You want to watch the real thing. That's the whole point of a wedding, right? Otherwise,
Right.
you won't even get married. I think.
Exactly.
If you could just put yourself in Paris, I got married in Paris or whatever, then it's a photograph, but the memory is unreal.
Yeah.
The documentation is unreal. So I don't think it should affect us for a while at least.
For a while. We don't know
But
what will happen.
it has helped us a lot in like
The tools have helped you make
Tools,
your product maybe more creative and
in
interesting.
the post-production, I think,
post-production.
it has helped us a lot.
So for people who are doing like smaller weddings, a little more DIY, like what is some of the advice you can give to make sure that they get these beautiful photographs or like a nice video, kind of doing it themselves? Is there something they can do themselves?
If you want to kind of reach out to us or, just reach out.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. We respond to every single email that we get, whether it's a yes or a
That's
no
nice.
or whatever, but
Yeah.
every single email is responded. So it doesn't matter who, what, where.
Yeah.
If you want us to, then just reach out. And if things can be made to happen, then maybe they will.
And the people who can't, is there anything you can tell them?
If you're yourself, I think those photos or videos what you get will be more memorable down the line rather than trying to follow some trends or whatever that is going on right now.
Actually, we have done some DIY weddings.
Yeah, we have done.
Yeah.
Like we have done like back in the
How
day.
can it be a DIY when you are a professional?
I remember, the whole family doing the decor,
Yeah.
cooking, everything
That's
happening
sweet.
in-house.
We have helped as well.
We have done few weddings, and I feel it's just because in that DIY, the photos and videos don't matter. It's just that experience. That
Everyone coming together, yeah.
Like it's so beautiful. And a lot of times in these scale weddings, a lot of conversations are lost. So, when 4 people are working on a, let's say, a rangoli,
Yeah.
the conversations as a filmmaker.
The moments are so
yeah,
special,
for us,
right?
you can hear everybody says everything. And it's so beautiful. I think the fondest experiences we have had in the past, it's on
Because it's even more personal.
Yeah.
because you're part of it.
You know better. You know the frames. You put the flowers where
We
you
have
want to.
decorated the mandap, we have cleaned, we have put jhadu on the in front of the thing.
That's so sweet.
We have reached at least 3 hours, 2 hours before the wedding started to put lights.
We used to go early and like put like extra decor ourselves
Yeah.
to get better pictures.
Just to carry a bunch of decor in our bag.
Oh my God.
Just so, for example, if this wedding is happening here and this is the background.
Yeah.
And for us, it's too flat. Like this is, chalo, it has a design, but
Yeah.
let's say if it's a blank wall.
Flanked, yeah.
And it's a black white wall, then like it's too flat for us. And then because it involves money, you cannot just say
can't
sometimes
put
you
that
cannot
pressure
you
on
cannot
them
say okay,
sometimes,
put
yeah.
flowers, or it
Yeah.
requires money. So sometimes we carry lights, those the mirchi lights.
Yeah.
Sometimes we carry the flowers and all. Sometimes we carry flowers for flower shower also
Yeah.
That's so
ourselves.
sweet.
So we have done it all. It's been 400 weddings now.
10 years, 400 weddings.
Also, when you're
For around
so involved,
yeah.
I think there is more access. And that access kind of makes a huge difference. When you give access to somebody, like we also say, we want to probably be your friends who are shooting the wedding, right? Which means the access you give us to kind of be close to you is very different versus what you'd give just a photographer or a
Right,
filmmaker, right?
right.
And that makes a lot of difference in making things emotional, personal, all of that.
In these 400 weddings, which is wild if I think about it, like, does any wedding come to your mind where you really enjoyed the whole experience?
I
Like,
feel like a lot of weddings where we have a lot of good instances rather than like one wedding.
That had-
comes to-
yeah.
I think one of the weddings that I remember doing, the Richa's wedding.
Yeah.
We were doing in Himachal, very small wedding. We were in so much control because if somebody is talking and there's DJ running, I can go to DJ and say stop. Because you were like sort of you're a member.
yeah.
And mostly what I remember is the conversations I had, with the family. You feel like, oh, you know them, you're friends with them. I'm a very introvert person, by the way. It might not look like, but I'm a very, very introvert person. So for me, others have to put the effort with me.
Yeah.
So whenever I go to a wedding and I see others putting that effort to
They're being
talk,
so warm and inviting.
and even when we did one wedding in Australia, even like, for example, an event is happening and we are sitting, somebody will sit with us, even when we are resting. Like somebody from the family will come and sit and talk, so we don't feel alone.
That's so special about Indians.
Yeah.
I have to give us that credit as a culture that we are, especially during weddings, we're so warm and welcoming and so hospitable most of the time, right? Obviously, there are exceptions, but that we will make people feel so welcome and warm, even people who are a part of the team. Usually, Indians are like that. Yeah, that's beautiful, no? That's why our photographs and weddings and videos are so special, right?
That's why it requires a special photographer also.
That's a great plug. Great plug. That's why you should hire us.
Yes.
Us or any Indian photographer. I'm talking about Indian photographers in
Yeah,
general, but
yeah.
that's because understanding of those emotions. It's a
Yeah.
reciprocal thing. It's two-way thing.
Yeah, it's
so it's a
beautiful.
collaboration.
Will you tell me an amazing moment from a celebrity wedding, or you won't tell me without even naming? You don't have to name.
One of the weddings, especially Pulkit's wedding we did.
Is an
Kriti.
actor who got married to Kriti.
Kriti, yeah. Because he's also from Delhi and I'm from Delhi, so we have same dialect. And he's from my area only, very close to my house.
Uh-huh.
And we had this, like a thing there. And also there, we felt like we are part of it. Like if
You're like, oh, that's my neighbor.
and even when we delivered the film, when I delivered the film, I think in 2-3 days we made a small cut. They called and they spoke for half an hour. It's just praising how good the film is. Just half an hour, they're just talking and I was just listening. And it's just, that these small things, when you appreciate, when you get this appreciation from, it just feels super personal.
Yeah.
I think with Kriti and Pulkit, it was that, personal.
Any parting words?
In terms of future, in terms of currently what we are doing, what we are planning to do, the kind of clients we have, the kind of people we meet on a daily basis. It's such a beautiful, beautiful place to be in. Right now, I'm as excited I was 10 years back, because there's so much to do. Now we have a lot of new doors opened for us because of the opportunities that we have now.
How he said earlier, to kind of have a global presence. There's so many who are getting married. If anybody's listening, call. But yeah, to kind of just be out there globally as a brand from India, I think that would really be a lot in where we're headed, I think. Yeah.
But I feel like, we never get tired of weddings because each wedding is unique in that sense. I feel, I think I would love to shoot a lot of more weddings in that sense. Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming all the way from Bangalore. It was so nice to get to know you guys. We'll do some fashion work together.
Yeah.
Weddings so hogi nahi, so we'll do some nice fashion work or lifestyle work. It'll be so much fun. We can
Definitely.
experiment. So today I'm wearing an outfit by Ivory Rose. Beautiful, comfortable, and the most stunning jewelry by a brand called Thea. You can find them both on Instagram.